see me so long? Welcome to the Tempest Universe. Manny, today's special, rubbing with fried ice.
China.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
It's China to me, China.
Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside.
China.
This is the Tempest Universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
Welcome to the Tempest Universe. I'm your host, Manny. Hello, what's going on? Listen, I decided to come back just for a little bit because it's been absolutely nuts. Now, I do see in the green room we have Pucky hanging out in there. Pucky, thank you for joining. I'm going to add you on in a second. We should also have Green Man coming on here. And listen, I'm here because I've been watching all this madness, and I don't know. Ufology is screwed on so many levels. And there might be some positive things happening, but if you ask the people in Jersey, no. Shout out to Mario. What's up? Mario, please get under one of those drones and let us know what the hell's going on over there in Jersey somewhere. But anyway, I decided to just come back. Most of this episode really is a technical test related to the platform X, formerly known as Twitter, because I'm trying to see if I can simulcast to Twitter as well. But, we're going to talk about some stuff. I mean, Pucky's on there. He's got a story he wants to share. And, we'll cover everything on the Tempest Universe, not just UFOs. We'll cover the paranormal and, those things that are scary and give you nightmares, basically, at night. The things you don't want to talk about all the time. But one bit of news for those who have, listened to the podcast or been part of videos in the last, 10 years almost, besides our little hiatus. Bugs, the UFO hunter, is no longer with us. And you saw him in a video there, the old Beagle. Unfortunately, age got to him, and we did have to put him down. He had a lot of issues with his liver, and he was in a lot of pain. So he was a pretty old guy, but he still has some spunk in it. But that's just the way it goes. Yoda, the alien pumper, is still with us. A lot bigger than what you saw in that video there in the intro. So we'll have him on here eventually. Now, the plan is that we're going to continue this YouTube and StreamYard thing going forward. And then we're going to mix in some X spaces as well, which should be interesting. And we'll figure out a way to, record it and bring it onto the YouTube. So without further ado, while we wait for Green Man and his guest, ladies and gentlemen, here's Pucky.
Oh, hey, what's up, man? Oh, wait. If I got to tell the story, I got to tell it incognito so nobody know who I am.
Exactly. Hey, yes. What's going on? Long time no see.
Oh, man, it's good to be here. It's good to be back, It's good to, see everybody again. Yeah, I noticed you got a little gray in you. Yeah,
I got a lot of gray, actually. Oh, time. It's just not friendly to anybody.
No. And I tip my hat to Bugs. That snoring. I remember he would snore on you could hear him snoring in the background. And
yeah, now I do that. Like you're going to hear me snore a few times during today's episode. But Pucky, you said you had something you wanted to share, something interesting.
I do, man. This happened to me this past summer. I went down to Mississippi to visit some relatives. Now, yeah, that's scary enough compared to what I got into. My cousin picks me up and he's like, man, I'm glad you're here. We got some problems here out on the farm. And this part of Mississippi is empty. It's nobody there, hardly anybody. It's just fields, cotton fields. It's farming. It's complete farming. And I'm not going to say what part of Mississippi, but it's in the northern part. I'd say in the Delta. Put it that way, in the Delta region.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So he tells me that they've been having just weird. He watches the Bigfoot encounters and stuff like that.
Oh yes.
And he thinks they got a Bigfoot on there.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said. I was like, okay, I'm game. You're talking to a guy that went out to Area 51. Believes in aliens and everything like that. But we go out there, and as soon as we get back to the farm and everything, my uncle, he was out there. Chickens, all the chickens dead, scattered blood. Yeah, swear to you, chickens dead, feathers everywhere. Okay, they're like, this is getting serious. It's just been getting serious throughout the whole week. And so what we did when it got later on that evening, we set out on the back porch, guns loaded, man, and we're gonna shoot this, whatever it is, just to make sure. I had no idea.
Yeah, you can't play any games. You don't know what it is.
No, we were, fully loaded. Well, nothing happened that night. And it went 2 nights, nothing happened, and they have a small garden on the side of their house. It's I don't know, it's a pretty good sized garden. They got to feed themselves. But the watermelons inside the field, along with a few cantaloupes, completely smashed. You could tell something got into it and smashed it, and it was eaten into it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I was like, "Whoa!" That's pretty deep right there. And so we stayed up again, but we parked trucks at different parts of the fields. And me and my cousin, I was in one of them. Another couple of cousins were in another truck across the fields. All of a sudden, we hear boom, boom, boom. They were unloading, and all you heard, there was a scream. It sounded like a woman, like a deep squealing woman, like that.
I mean, that sounds like a really big woman, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's something that you do not take home that night from the bar. So, after that, I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't see anything like that. But what makes a noise like that in the middle of a freaking night in the field?
Mm-hmm. That is nuts. So no blood, nothing left behind?
We looked around. Nothing, but we saw the cotton close to the cotton fields, because they are cotton farmers. Mm-hmm. A trail of cotton just completely ran over. That's the only thing really. Yeah. And that's the only thing. And they walked it back into the fields, all the way into it, and it was gone in the woods. Whatever it was gone.
That is nuts. No trail cams or nothing?
And no, man, we can't afford that shit. Come on. We're not Bigfoot enthusiasts.
That is nuts. So does the area have a history of having things like Bigfoot or Sasquatch out there or something?
When that's where I grew up there before I moved out to Arizona, and then around the country where I lived at. My grandfather used to talk about stories about the wild man. Okay. Wild man, wild woman. Mm-hmm. And, and we're like, when we were growing up, oh, be careful. Don't go out there. The booger bear will get you. Yeah. I mean, you've heard that. You live in Texas,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's more of a Southern thing. They would say the booger bear or whatever. But I think that's what they were talking about. And, when I was growing up as a kid, weird things like that, because we had fruit trees and stuff, and some of the fruit would be missing from it.
Right.
or something like that. And
Do you think about it? It's like,
yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it at the time because I didn't really know anything. But the adults, they probably talked amongst themselves about it. But yeah, but whatever happened during this week, I was ready to come back to North Carolina. I was like, we got our own problems here in Asheville.
no
So
shit.
yeah, man. But
Yeah, that is scary. What ran through your mind? Sitting in the truck, you're armed, and you hear all this craziness.
I was just like, I had the gun up to me. I was ready to pull the trigger. I didn't want to just shoot randomly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, but man, I've never heard anything like this. I mean, what would be out there to do a scream like that? No human is going to be like that. And this is not a normal scream. It was like a dark growl.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's something.
The family still lives there. They haven't moved.
Oh no, they're not moving. That land has been in our family for over 100 years, probably or more. So it's
and this
always
is the first
been,
time that it happened. How long was it going on for?
well, as far as I know, that's the first time majorly that things started coming up missing.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? They could have been taking stuff throughout the years and we wouldn't even known about it. Just a little here, a little there. But I have heard one time before there was another farmer that's close by there that has soybeans growing.
Okay. Yeah.
And he said he saw people out there like picking the soybean at the very end of the fields and stuff like that. And he would just shoot a gun up in the air and they would just run or whatever. But I'm thinking they were out there eating the beans,
Mm-hmm.
So
that is
I
just
don't,
wild. That is so wild.
Now, I mean, I was like, I'm always curious about that kind of stuff. I'm more into the UFO, aliens, and conspiracy theories and stuff like that. But Bigfoot has always intrigued me. But man, just after that experience, I'm a believer.
You're in now.
I'm in, man. I'm in it deep now. So,
so you have a little bumper sticker with Bigfoot on it.
Oh,
What is
yeah.
it? The hide and seek champion.
hide and seek champion, 2024, 25, and whatever.
Yeah, no kidding. That's crazy though. Are you gonna ever go back and maybe do a little Bigfoot hunting on the property?
I want to, but I have to talk to my cousin and see what's going on. And, now it's cold down there now and see what's going on and, see if he's hearing any noises or what they say wood knocks or anything like that. Because if they have already started getting into it with them, they're going to be back and forth doing something.
Oh yeah, that could turn into some serious stuff.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Bigfoot could just move on to the next farm. Who knows?
Yeah, I've listened to a couple of like Bigfoot podcasts. I'm not going to mention any names online right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but people, that start to get into it with them. You're looking at repercussions right there. So
Yeah, you know what? I also have heard a few stories of Bigfoot being kind of a real vindictive son of a bee. He does not let things go. He or she. Who knows? You might have the babushka of Bigfoot up there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Jeez. But other than that, since the last, I've been kind of chill out on, UFOs and aliens. I've been just kind of kicking back, watching the news and learning what I can. I haven't really been out in the field like I used to be, filming. And I moved around twice since the last time I've been online with you. But right now I'm here in Asheville, North Carolina, and they have their own kind of stories here in the Appalachians.
Oh yes, definitely. Yes.
Yeah. So I've been
and not just UFOs, but cryptids and all that kind of stuff is huge over there.
Oh yeah, but it's mainly Bigfoot and stuff like that. And I've been kind of reading and researching. The local library here, that's just right down the road from me, has got a ton of books about about local lore of the Appalachians and stuff like that, and I'm totally into that. So,
Isn't there like a big cave system down there too, where they say there's a lot of things down there that tend to come out and take children?
That's the myth, but yeah, the Mammoth Caves are close by.
Yes,
That's in Tennessee, and Tennessee's border is not that far from here. So, where I'm at in Western North Carolina, so
I got
it's
a few kids I can donate.
oh yeah. I know a couple of people around here we can donate to. So.
No, but it's funny that you kind of mentioned the whole UFO thing, but it feels like a lot of people have, I don't know, like kind of backed off because of all the, I don't know, government intervention and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, Manny, I don't think we've talked since the Tic Tac video has came out. I don't think we've talked. I mean, last time we were talking about just getting SpaceX up there in Boca Chica. It's like, all this stuff is coming out, slowly but surely. What are they saying? They're not saying, they're like, we're so distracted with other things. Them showing a UFO video online or on TV is just like, it's like the norm now, So
It is. And I saw something today from one of the News Nation outlets, or it's one of those saying that people in general, they don't care. They're not really moved by the UFO story, not at all.
Well, I mean, maybe it's because we haven't really had any major stuff. Like, I mean, when the Phoenix Lights happened, man, people still talk about the Phoenix Lights.
Yeah.
And they will always talk about that because it was a significant event that happened in the universe or in the United States, put it that way.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, you get these little small people, oh, I saw a UFO or I saw this or that. And okay, but it's still, to me, I mean, that's interesting to me. I find that interesting. It's the little accounts that still make it big to me.
Yeah.
But with everything else going on in the world, we had the Hurricane Helene that came up through Asheville, Western North Carolina. People are more worried about if they're going to be, being able to afford groceries or food or whatever. They're not looking up in the sky. Yeah. But still, there is the group that still follows that. And I think we still need to get the message out about this. And that people are still interested in this and they want to know more. They want to see more. They want to know more. We need to hear more. Yeah.
And it's funny because I watch a lot of the new podcasts that are out there that started in the last maybe 3 to 4 years, and their story is, we need to do this together, not be in competition with each other, but get together and put the message out. But it's weird. It's weird how having the Congress involved is, I don't know, kind of curtailed everything. It kind of slowed everything down because we're all sitting waiting to see what'll happen next, and nothing's really happening.
I mean, with that time, we could be, we could be prepping. We could be not like bunkers and everything like that. I'm talking about like prepping as in getting our information like our ducks in a row, or but man, I tell you, with everything going on, a lot of people are not looking up anymore. They're looking down at their phones, right. So they could have a UFO go right in front of them and they wouldn't even know it these days. So
yeah, and the other thing too is with all this technology, AI, this handy video stuff, like those New Jersey drones. Have you seen the stories on those?
No, but I heard something about that. Do you know more about it, or have you been looking up on it?
There's just drones all over some of the base that's up there in New Jersey, but now it's over like 9 different counties are reporting these UFOs, and actually a bunch of states are reporting them now. But they seem to be attracted, of course, to military installations or what have you. But because of all this technology that people have on their phones. So initially people were saying, well, it's got to be UAP. It's not a drone because we don't hear anything. Well, there's videos that have just surfaced on the internet. One has a drone that sounds like a drone, right? A little propeller, whiny sound. And then someone took the same fucking drone and put a jet plane, jet engine sound behind it. So which is the right drone? What's going on? It's
Are
crazy.
are they reporting any like making them look like balls of light or anything at night?
No, these things look like drones. They're reporting. The last report today was this one that they saw one today over in Jersey. That was the size of an SUV. Now, they were saying they were in the size of a small compact car and some smaller ones, but now they seem to be getting bigger. And if they're over a base, you would think that they'd be able to respond in some way, but they're
Yeah.
not. They're not really doing anything. There's also reports of over in the UK. They're over an American base out there too. There's drones all over the place. Now, the rumor is that that base is supposed to be receiving some nuclear weapons in the future, or it's there already. I really didn't verify that. But they're thinking that that's the reason why those drones are there. But whose are they? What the heck is going on? Yeah. So
I
stuff like
mean,
that.
You don't. I mean, if wouldn't they try to shoot them down or something? You would think that.
Right. Wouldn't you? I
Yeah,
mean,
I
really.
mean, don't they have like this technology where they can jam the signal and just make the
Yes.
drone land now?
It probably doesn't even work.
It probably
I'm
does.
thinking that's what's happening. That thing doesn't work. There was also another video that was put out where they're saying that they actually launched what is it, 2 F-15s,
Oh yes, yeah.
and nothing happened. The drones just took off. They left the scene. Now again, here we have drones. I mean, I have a drone, and there's a lot of people out there that have drones. They're not the size of an SUV.
Yeah,
And
definitely
they
not.
sure as hell not going to outrun a freaking fighter jet. So
Yeah.
who's got these drones? I don't know. It's all really confusing.
Yeah, if you have a drone the size of SUV, you got a Raptor or something like that.
Yeah, you got some kind of money, right? 'Cause,
Yeah,
geez.
you picked that up at the pawn shop or something,
Yeah.
didn't? I mean, okay, I do have to question because when I was talking about are these people seeing these drones at night? Are they saying they're balls of light or anything like that? That's been a kind of a hot topic lately. Is balls of
Yes.
light?
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
you know, have you heard anything about any on throughout Texas or anything like that? Because I know you have down in southern Texas, you have the Marfa lights right here close to me where I live. It's actually outside of Morganton, North Carolina, where I used to live. They have the Brown Mountain lights. I mean, I don't know. They're probably not connected, but people have been seeing lights and light sources for this past year, and it's been more documented than anything else.
Oh yeah. So they've I've seen reports through New York, through Texas, Florida, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and the list just keeps going. And it
So you
seems
just
that
named every redneck. They had a flashlight right there.
I mean, literally. I mean, listen. In Texas, you don't even you don't need a damn permit to carry. I mean, please,
no.
somebody
Yeah.
shoot some of these some bitches down, and let's see what the hell's going on. It's probably a bad idea, I know, but
It
still.
probably is. You probably end up starting an interstellar war or something like that.
Right. And maybe that's what it is, right? Oh, we're afraid. We don't want to mess around because we don't know what it is. And the other idea too is, well, what if these things have some kind of a weapon? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there's my cat. Remember when my cat used to jump in the picture?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, my cat Leopold. Yeah, all right, go back over there. You know how that is.
Yeah. So the idea is maybe these things are carrying some kind of, let's say, a chemical weapon or something, so they don't want to shoot it down because of that.
Yeah, it could be from, it could carry some type of bacteria or something like that
right.
from where it is. And if it hits the ground and mixes in or whatever, or, opens up a pocket, from a bullet, who knows what can happen? We could, what was that movie that came out in the 70s? The Andromeda Strand,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it could be that, who knows?
Oh yeah, it could be the next COVID. I know. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, that'd be COVID. Yeah, that's what we need. Another friggin' COVID.
So I don't know. So all of that is kind of crazy. I mean, I think too that when you put the media in there and they start using the word drone versus UAP, it kind of lessens the impact that people feel towards it. I'd rather it remain as unidentified, anomalous, rather than it being, it's a drone. It makes no sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're not using UFO anymore. It's UAP, you know. But I mean, us old schoolers, we're like, it's UFO, you know,
Yeah,
no matter
exactly.
what.
Still a
But,
damn UFO. You don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah, now, are they saying they see any of these drones over water? Do you know that?
You know what? Lately it's all been about the military bases. That really, if you look up the stories on this, it's all military bases that these things are flying over, and they're starting to kind of go into neighboring counties around those bases. But it's weird. Like, you guys don't see it show up. Do they just blink in and out? I mean, if it has a drone and the thing just blinks in and out, guess what? I don't think it belongs to China or Russia.
No, yeah, at least I hope not. You know, it's just...
Well, if it is, then Russia, really, come on. You guys could have taken on Ukraine a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's...
Yeah.
Oh, so from the last time we talked and everything like that, what about you? Have you came in any encounters, anything weird, or...
No, I've been lifing.
Yes. Lifing. Yeah, that's what we all...
I literally have been lifing. So, I've been sitting around just watching. Like, I watched the two hearings, the UAP hearings with all the attendees, and disappointed both times. And it's funny because, Weaponized podcast, George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell, after the first hearing, they were all about it. They were all excited. They were, yes, we're getting some traction. This has never been seen ever in the history of UFOs. Congress were having hearings, and this past hearing, they literally felt like we did. It was shit. It was just shit. It was not good. And it turns out that some of the folks from Congress that were leading the hearing and asking questions were actually warned to stay away certain topics. Don't ask these questions or stuff could happen, basically. And, and again, I get the whole idea about bringing Congress into the picture because they have egos. They have huge egos. So if you tell them that someone's hiding something from them, yeah, they're going to jump into action. They're going to want to start some shit. But they can't do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody doesn't have the information that you have and you have a position of power, wouldn't you want that information?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a big letdown. Hopefully they'll never have another freaking hearing at all. And actually, they had one 2 days ago, I think. There was like a skiff or some kind of a secret meeting. Of course, we never hear about those because we'll never get that information. So what use is it for us? I know that we had one guy on there in the last one, Michael Goldfram, a retired NASA employee, who was up there basically toting the NASA line. What the hell has NASA done at all, ever? I mean,
now it's just more SpaceX now, anything, but I guess NASA's still around,
Yeah, they still are. Thanks to the Nazis. They gave us NASA.
The Nazis. I was going to say, with that, being said, with, weaponize that and everything, have you watched anything with like the Skinwalker Ranch on TV and also the little side one, the Blind Frog Ranch? Have you watched that yet?
No, I've actually, Skinwalker Ranch, I'm about 2 seasons behind because I went straight to the books.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Literally, I went to the books. And of course, George Knapp co-wrote some of those books too. And that's freaking phenomenal. Skinwalker Ranch is just nuts.
Yeah.
And the stuff that they see there and the experience is freaking amazing. But again, it's locked off to the public. Like you can't go there.
No, yeah, it's completely gated down and completely everything. It's that new owner. See, what was his name? He used to call him. He used to own that. What was the name you have for that dude?
Bob Bigelow. Bob Bigelow, the Space Gigolo.
Oh yeah, Space Gigolo. Yeah, that's right. The Space Gigolo. Yeah, he used to own that. Now some other rich dude owns it, and So, but I'm really fascinated with Blind Frog Ranch. It's a ranch that's 20 miles away from Skinwalker,
Okay.
and it's on Discovery Plus. And I probably shouldn't say names.
No,
Uh,
that's okay. I mean,
oh,
I'm sure they would love the plug.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're in their fourth season with that. I'm hooked on it. I'm hooked. It's really intrigued me about with all that stuff. But uh, talking about also weird stuff like that, I saw the video. You went out to Area 51, just
I
like I
did.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we went with um, it was just a crazy trip. It just all of a
Mm.
sudden we're like, all right, let's just go to Area 51. So we went to the back gate, and we went out there with the Norm, and it was great.
Oh yeah,
It was a cool trip.
yeah. Norm is
Yeah.
awesome, man. I haven't talked to him in a couple of weeks, but I try to keep up with him. Um, let's see. Did you go out to the little alien and everything?
Yeah, so we went to the little alien inn, and of course they're like, "No, don't videotape. You're getting to get permission beforehand."
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, they let us, but I mean, the owner, she was really nice and everything. She let us keep taping, but
Yeah, she
yeah.
wasn't there. Actually, she wasn't just the guy that cooked stuff and served the food. He was the one who was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was not too happy that day. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I don't know who peed in his cornflakes that day, but he was like, "No." I was like, "Okay, we're not going to mess
Yeah,
with
I
you."
can understand because you know what? I mean, even when we were there, they told us, whenever any government official comes into the building at all, you stop production immediately.
Oh,
You don't.
really?
Yeah, you don't. You cannot film them. You cannot talk to them. You cannot do anything.
Well,
If
you
they
know
sit
what?
next to
There
you,
was someone from the base that came in, actually came from the base and sat, at the bar
mhm.
and ordered food. So that was interesting.
Well, they do that. I mean, it's just the closest place to get away. If you're able to leave base, it's the closest place to have a drink, have some food. I don't know what kind of shift hours they work there, but yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? Drive into Vegas? No.
Exactly.
So you go to the closest place, closest watering hole there is. But yeah, I mean, I was told that they mostly, if they have laminates or anything like that, they either take them off or they tuck them down their shirts. They very rarely do you see one that comes in like camo or kind of tan camouflage. They're mostly kind of casual dress, collared shirts, kind of deal.
Yeah,
But you can
this guy was
tell.
in full gear, full camoed up and everything.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
that's
but he
kind of a
really,
rare thing to see that though.
yeah, he didn't really talk to anyone. He just ordered a burger and sat there and ate it,
Mm.
basically.
That's cool.
But
though.
it's a nice place because the little alien inn has all those pictures around it and inside and little memorabilia you could look up. So we
Yeah.
stopped in there. Then we went to the gate, and good old Norm decided to get a little too close. Then the
Yeah,
alarm
he
went
set
off.
the alarms off. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised that he didn't get detained, but
No, and actually, at first we were gonna just leave real quick, and then we decided, okay, we'll just wait. And then we started seeing some a little bit of dusting, getting kicked up a little. We're like, all right, that might be them. Let's just go. We just left.
oh wow.
Yeah. So, but it was a great experience. Everyone should do that. Anyone
Yeah,
that
right.
is into ufology, UFOs or whatever, that's the birthplace of everything. Besides Roswell.
Yeah,
But-
besides Roswell.
Yeah, besides Roswell, but that is where it's all about the secrecy, and you should go visit. Definitely should go visit.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, anybody that's watching, go visit it. It's just something. Even if it's a day trip or something like that, man, it's fun. If you go out to Vegas, go out. It's a couple of hundred. It's like 100 and something miles out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good road trip.
And great scenery too. It's amazing being out there. We stopped a few times just to look around because it's like
It's
it's
quiet.
different. Yes.
Yeah, it's quiet. It's so
Yes.
quiet and peaceful out there. So
so
you know,
different. I
I
see
wouldn't
why
go-
they put the base there.
yes. So what else you been up to, man?
That's about it. I've been listening, kind of catching up on things like Bob Lazar and all that good stuff. I feel like Bob's got there's a project coming up on Bob where they use like VR to show you what he saw. Basically,
Really?
yeah. It looks like a pretty cool project. It's been going on for a while, but the clips that I've seen, it's pretty cool because they kind of 3D model the rooms where the UFOs were that he saw, and it's like a VR experience. You get to go through it, and they might be turning it into a full documentary to give you
Oh,
that
that would be
experience.
awesome.
Yeah, from Bob's perspective. So I think that's fantastic. And the more I listen to Bob Lazar's story, the more we see everything that's happening right now with the government and whistleblowers coming out. I mean, literally, he's the OG. He's the original
He's original.
whistleblower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So first time I listened to his story, I had my doubts a little bit, but more and more that I listened to it, especially off of the pod, Weaponize or whatever, and I hear that I believe it more and more. I mean, he's given detailed stuff about certain things that only someone that had to be on the base, in
Right.
the S4 area to even know what it is. So I
Yeah.
mean, I believe him. I'll vouch for him in court or something if I had
There
to.
you go. But I mean, even the stuff that he went through with his wife at the time, while he was working at the base, you know,
Oh, yeah.
there was a lot of personal stuff that happened to him, and hanging out with Lear and all that kind of stuff. I think that I want to say that really is a true story, and he really experienced all that stuff. Just like a lot of these whistleblowers, like, you know, unfortunately, just like Bob Lazar, we have to take him at their word. David Grush and all these guys, Louis Elizondo.
Mhm.
What can you
Oh,
do? Yeah, you gotta hope that what you feel about that person's character, that it's all true. And that was one of the first ones that then when David Grush came out, I was like, oh, he's seen all this shit on the internet. He's basically quoting stuff
Yeah.
that's been on the internet for decades.
Yeah, I watch
You know?
Ancient Aliens too.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on. Actually, you know what? I ordered a sticker the other day that had Sucralose's hair and it's got
Oh,
part of
there
his
you
face
go.
on it. It says ancient alien theorists say yes.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
I love it.
I don't know. I think that people are now pointing towards 2027 as being the year that stuff's going to happen. But we go through this every other year. Someone says, "Oh, in a couple years, this is going to happen," or 2, 3 years, 10 years. This guy from the future came back and told us this is going to go down. I don't know.
Oh, so I mean, is that what you're leaning towards too? I mean, are you building up some theories of your own, or
No,
what you got?
I'm not building a theory, but I have this thing, So I've had time to think about it since I've been on the outside looking in, and I got to say this: I think it's fantastic that they're running to Congress or whatever, but the way that they're looking at this, being only, taking information from military experiences or incidents, just because they have equipment that they can rely on, which so far has been a total shit bag because all that instrument is not giving them anything. They can't figure anything out. What I want to know is, when do we start talking about the people that have been abducted, experimented on, taken from their homes, against their will?
Yeah.
When do we talk about that?
Or even like the people that has the implants.
Exactly. Yeah.
You show some of these implants. I mean, we seen little small things about this, about the implants, but that's fascinating to me. That is super fascinating. They experienced this blackout. One of the famous cases that happened in Arizona. And was it Walton? No, was it Walton? The from Fire in the Sky. What was it?
Yes. Walton, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's fascinating. That his whole encounter with that. I've always wondered, has he ever been tested to see if he's got any implants or anything like that? But
I don't know that he's ever gone that far. I know he had a change of heart. At first,
yeah.
he thought they were being malicious or whatever, but then he he figured that, according to him, that the ray hit him so hard that it almost killed him. And the reason why they took him was because they were basically putting Humpty Dumpty back together again.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
Yeah.
I,
But you know
I,
what?
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Even that incident, you're still being taken against your will. I think that people who say that because of secrecy and NDAs and stuff like that, they're accomplices against what's happening to humanity. They should be held accountable in that respect. Because think about it. If a female is taken, and all these things happen to her, she's basically it's a crime.
Yeah, but I mean, like a crime. They're going to be like, with the most of people not believing in UFOs and aliens and stuff. They're going to like, who's it a crime against? Who's the perpetrator of this? Have you been drinking again? What?
But we'll never know if they continue to keep the secret.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But is the secret? It's almost like lying to the public to keep them safe.
Yeah.
Is this secret going to be? Should they tell it before it's too late? I mean, how long can you keep a secret before something bad actually does happen?
Right.
We have Independence Day or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they've been keeping it for a long time. And so, who becomes accountable then?
Yeah, who do
so
you
many
point the fingers
people.
to? Yeah, who do you point the fingers? You knew about this? No, I didn't know about this. You had the thing in Roswell. Yeah, you did. Or whatever.
Yeah, and you know what? And you're right. The secret has been, kept, locked up for so long that you can't be like, oh, that was Jared. Well, Jared been dead 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like, oh, Dr. So-and-so, he knew about it, but, here's his research, but he's not here anymore,
Yeah, he's dead. So,
He's dead.
There's a point where you just got to say, fuck it. Let's just start breaking this down, telling people slowly, because it's true. I can understand you want to protect people because maybe you don't understand what it is, or you feel things could get worse because then people would be angry. And then they really would be shooting at UFOs in the sky and stuff like that. But,
Now,
by the same token, how can we protect ourselves if we don't know what's going on?
Yeah. Now, I think I brought up this theory before in the show many months ago or whatnot.
Many moons
ago. That's what I should say. That the government pays Hollywood producers and movie makers to make films such as like end of the world films or zombie films, just to give the public a little bit of, hey, this could happen, just to get them normalized to UFOs, aliens, zombies, like a virus attack or something like that. It's at one point there was like 5 or 6 films out all at one time.
But it makes sense, right? Because no one wants to listen to like, Donald Trump talk about the end of the world, or Tim Burchett, or Sarah DeMace talking about, oh, the world's going to end, aliens are going to get you. Well, Steven Spielberg tells that story. Oh, fantastic! Let's go see it.
Yeah, they buttercoat it just a little bit, knowing that it's a Hollywood film. But hey, it's like introducing it to them just a little at a time, starting off with E.T. and Encounters of the Fourth Kind, and then then you have like Armageddon, and it's just stuff like that. It's just all this is possible. It is truly possible. I mean,
and it is because Hynek was a consultant on Close Encounters.
Yeah.
So that makes total sense, because no one's gonna go up to Spielberg and say, "Hey, what are you trying to say? What's really going on? What's going on?" No one's gonna freak out about it, But you get someone in government and says it, and then it's the end of the world. Like,
yeah,
really.
what are you going to do then? Yeah, I mean, the country, every country, would just fall apart with a matter of hours. People are like, okay, we got a UFO coming. Get your guns out, get ready. We're used to it, but it would just totally destroy everything that everybody believes in, from religion to our economy. if it was just sprung on us just like that. So
I
it
don't
makes
know.
sense.
I feel like it could be okay. Like literally, some dude
Maybe.
just went and killed the CEO of United Healthcare
Oh
in
yeah,
the
that's
middle
true.
of the fucking street, and we're really New York City. There was no witnesses at all. Nobody heard that. Pop, pop, pop. Come on,
Yeah,
really?
that was nuts. I mean, like when
Yeah.
I heard about that, I was like, that is a true assassin. And did you hear what he had inscribed on the bullet casings?
Yes. Yes.
That's some
Was it
crazy James Bond
demand,
shit right
defend,
there.
or something like that?
Or yeah, or something. I'm not sure. It's something to do with the insurance stuff. Denied,
Deny. Yes, that's
yeah,
the other one.
deny or something. I don't know. It's
But
late.
there you
It's
go.
late where I live, so I'm confused anyway.
But that's another example where I think a lot of people they'll eventually look the other way, and it might happen faster than what we think.
Do you think people are looking the other way right now? I mean, like,
Oh,
are
absolutely.
they're going broke over a hospital bill? It's either pay your
Yeah.
hospital bill or eat, and I'm like, well, screw those guys. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that what we're coming to? Is that what we're coming
I
to?
think so.
I'm not trying to make this like a political thing or anything like that.
No, but I think people are waiting for someone to lead this topic, and someone that's not they feel is not going to rubber dick them and lead them astray. Someone that they trust. A lot of people are saying it's going to be this new administration. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
that there's anyone that's going to do it just like that. So who knows? We'll have to see.
yeah, I don't know. So what's the plan? So what's the plan with the pod? You going to broadcast once a week now, or what? Or
I don't know. I'm still lifing, just like everybody else. But I think the plan is the next episode we're gonna do it on X, do X Spaces, and then
you're going to
going
actually
to
make me download it, huh?
yes, download it, get in there.
I've been all these years without Instagram or without Twitter or X now, or I've been all these years. You're going to make me do it, huh?
Yes, sir. Come on down. Listen, we could wait like 48 hours later and catch it on YouTube.
Yeah,
Unless
I
you're on
know.
X.
I wanna interact. I love it. But
Yeah,
I think I miss it. I miss you. I miss the group. I miss the good
thanks.
times that we had. We talked about
We talked
whatever.
about a lot of things.
Oh yeah, we had some crazy times, crazy conversations. I know
And we
that.
do got to bring the paranormal back too, because these two things are intertwined somehow, whether it be interdimensional, what it is, paranormal and UFOs. We got to put them together somehow.
I have to ask you this. All right, this was brought up to me before. Do you think Bigfoot is paranormal, or is it a human-like or crossbreed of a human and maybe some animal or something like that? Or do you think it's paranormal?
The second definition brings a lot of weird thoughts to my mind. Seeing somebody out there humping some hairy thing.
Oh yeah,
and making hairy
don't put it
babies.
past them. I mean, I don't put it past them. It's a new millennium. So
I want to say that it's more paranormal. I
I
really
mean,
do.
I was leaning more that way too because, why haven't we found bones? Why haven't we found, maybe we have and we just, they are not telling us or anything like that. Goes back to disclosure. But, how many times have people seen it and next thing they're gone,
They're gone, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at, you brought up Skinwalker Ranch. They always talk about seeing portals there. They could travel through portals. Who knows? Maybe they're that
crazy.
talented.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seriously going down to Mississippi has opened up a whole nother gate for me for that. I'm like, geez, something else I gotta look at now. All right.
No, listen, we gotta have to do it live, Nick. If you go down there and you're hunting something down, you gotta take us with us. Take us with
definitely.
you, and we'll watch it live, see what you
It's
get.
too cold to go down there right now. I mean, it's not that cold down there, but where I live, it's pretty cold. So
Yeah, I bet it is. It's in the 40s over here, so I'm not too happy about that.
it was like 18 this morning when I went to
Oh,
work.
hell no.
So I'm bundled up. Yeah. So
Aliens, Bigfoot, everybody. Nope. Sorry.
Yeah, they're in for the
stay
winter.
warm.
Yeah, they're staying in for the winter. But no, that's something that I want to get back out. I want to get back out onto the field, and I want to do more interviewing people. For local legends and local lore. And just see what other people see, or hear and talk about what other people see. Not just really ask questions, but just let them talk, in an open forum, and just
Yeah.
record them.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I
Mm-hmm.
get requests for interviews weekly from
Oh, do you do?
authors. I
Do
do.
you-
I still do. But
Good, good.
I'm so focused on this government interaction with UFOs and now with the madness with the drones. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. It's hard to unfocus when you're lifing.
Yeah. Hold on,
Yeah.
I got a cat scratching to get out the door.
So hey, hopefully in a future episodes we get to see you come back and hang out, even if it's just in the chat area, chatting
Yeah.
up and contributing in some way. It doesn't look like we're gonna get Green Man for some reason, which is weird. He was so
He was
really
all
gung
hyped
ho.
up. Maybe it's the time difference or something, because he out there. Does he still live in? He still lives in San Diego, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's still in California.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's
So
kinda
I
weird.
mean, I don't know. He was really hyped up. I talked to him earlier today. I sent him the link. So maybe he got too high or something. I don't know.
But we haven't used our equipment in some time, so who knows? It
Yeah,
probably
you
all
wiping
just
the
fell
dust
apart.
off, wiping the dust off the mics.
I didn't even think I was gonna get this to run. So
Hey, you got it going.
thank
That's a
goodness.
plus, and
Yeah.
and that's a good thing. And I'm looking forward to it. And I hope you really do get it going again, and get us, and get the message back out there. Because people listened. People listened, and you just gave them that little click. Like, what if that? What if?
Yeah.
You never know, man.
And
You
it's a
never
different
know.
perspective, right? Because I'm a little bit unpolished. I'm a bit raw.
You have time now, to work on your game, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. But anyway, Pucky, it was great seeing you. I'm glad you came
Good
on.
seeing you too.
And your story was fantastic. I'm glad we were able to hear that.
I wish but the adrenaline, I wish I can give more detail of it, but the adrenaline, and it just, the thought I may have had to change my pants, everything. It scared me bad. Like, I really felt fear.
Yeah,
So,
I bet.
I mean,
bet.
like, if I can think of anything more that happened in between that, it happened so fast. I just know what I heard and I know what I saw. So I didn't see the creature, but that's what I'm calling it, is a creature. Because
I bet that sound will be etched in your mind forever.
Oh, it is. It is. It's etched in my mind. It's been a couple of months now, and it's been in my head, man. I can still hear it to this day.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing. Well, Pucky, thank you for joining us today.
you're welcome. You're
We're going
welcome.
to sign this puppy off and see if we did what it did. Basically.
All right.
Thanks, Pucky.
You're welcome. See you, Manny.
See ya. Well, there you go, folks. So this is going to be the end of the first episode. Like I said, next time we'll be on X in the Spaces, and hopefully we can bring that over to YouTube. For those who are not able to get on X, 'cause not everyone wants to be in the former Twitter world. I don't know why. It's a great place to be. Hang out with folks, because literally you can say whatever the fuck you want on there. Nobody cares. You're not going to get canceled because that culture doesn't exist there for some reason. So it is what it is. I thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate you. If you want to come on, let me know, especially if you're on X, because over there you just join Spaces. You have a shit ton of people on at the same time talking. But I'm looking forward to having more people come in and join us and bring some of that knowledge and your experience when it comes to ufology. I'm going to hit this outro because I'm done. I'm out. Ciao.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time, I ain't got time, I ain't got time for that.